welcome to Ritual Beast 2024 combo guide. The videos that have been uploaded on YouTube up to this point have been, to my opinion, not optimized, and some lines end up on lesser boards. This is why I wanted to make the video to showcase all the lines which I have managed to find, and this is purely done with a pure Ritual Beast deck. I'm sure that we will discover some engines in the future that will enhance the combos. For example, we could use some packages like 3 starters with a brick or something like that would enhance the combo and help extend. But we still want to know the basic combos with only the pure engine. So this is what this video is about. It's going to be a long video because here I have prepared a whole analysis board basically of combo lines and yeah, I guess we'll just start. I have denoted them with P2, P4 and P5, which stands for power. I just called it power level, power 5, power 4 and power 2, and because these lines end on 5 disruptions, these lines end on 4 disruptions, while these lines only end on 2 disruptions. I guess we will start by the strongest disruptions and we will move upwards to the lower ones. And also you will notice that some variations I didn't showcase both variants with Canna and Penguin because it would be too repetitive because the lines are almost the same. Okay, we will start with the new Lara and Canna, and then we'll move to new Lara and Pengu. Okay. With every combo that starts with new Lara, the point is we will have an additional normal summon available from her. So that's why we will want to stack our hand into Elder plus Pengu or Canna. If we open with Canna, we want to stack Pengu. If we open with Pengu, we will stack Canna. So in this scenario, we will go for Elder plus Pengu. And right off the bat, here we see another common idea that will allow us most of these optimizations that enable us to squeeze another disruption. We want to take advantage of the fact that 2 Laras can be special summoned together at the same time. This will usually translate into a second search, which will mean we will have 2 steeds instead of 1. This is one of the main optimizations that we will showcase in this replace. So Canna banish new Lara effect, special summons old Lara, and we go for Canna, and Canna will just return them. Remember, we want to special summon 2 Laras together, so we did not special summon them from banish now yet. Anyway, we are searching for Pengu, and the next step will be to search for Elder. Now banish both Laras to get the Drago, and now we are ready to tag out into 2 Laras. So now we basically saved ourselves 1 name to special summon. Now they go back to the graveyard, and we will add an Elder. So in most of my combos, I try to be conscious of the fact that I want to end my turn with 2 Laras in graveyard. This is better than ending with just 1 Lara, because in theory, when we end and they go, we will use 1 Lara for protection. And then when we go back in our turn 3, we want to have a Lara in the graveyard so that we can banish her with Draco and get her summoning immediately. Okay, now we are set. Elder plus Pengu. Pengu will drop Winda, and now I have to talk about Falco versus Ulti Gaiapilio for dropping you want to play 2 Falcos, not 2 Capilios. Why? Because Falco is wind, and wind monsters cannot be special summoned by those new monsters. I don't know how they are called, and anyway, they have the effect that you can banish a light or dark from your opponent's graveyard to special summon themselves. So we want to dump Falcos because they are wind, so we don't want to allow them that. Anyway, we went for Winda, and now we will do 1 normal Canahawk loop. This is the basic loop that was already available in 2015, so I'm not going to explain this one. But anyway, we get back Canahawk and we search for Pilica. Now Canahawk will banish Pilio, and careful now, we used Elder plus Canahawk to summon Falco. This is also a common idea. When you have this useless standing Canahawk, you can use him to Falco. Now Falco will banish Lara, special summon Pilica, normal summon Pilica, and Pilica will special summon Winda. In the other variant, well, we will showcase Pengu plus new Lara. This will be a little bit different because Winda will be banished, so we will be searching for Pilica but here we searched for Pilica. Now we do another standard Canahawk loop, and we get ourselves a Steeds. Pengu effect, we will drop Canahawk. It doesn't matter what we drop here, just Canahawk or another Psychic. We don't have names, but we don't want to drop Wen because we will need her later in the combo. Now we make Rare of Dari. In almost all of my combos, we don't have to use Bond to summon Rare of Dari. This is better because then he can be reborn, and this is very important. And now this is very common play. You add Canahawk. You have 1 name in the banish zone that hasn't been special summoned yet. So, and Canahawk will banish another name, so we can get another search. We get now the standard loop again to get the second Steeds, and now we add the second Steeds, and now with the 2 monsters we have, we add Masquerina. This one is basically 2 disruptions because in opponent's turn she will make SP, which will banish twice. And this board is the 5 disruptions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is the board that we will get in all these power level 5 replays. Now we'll check the Pengu line, but just quickly, because the ideas are basically the same. So you can pause if you need it, but basically again we get 2 Laras at the same time, like I was talking about. We save a name, and then the rest of the plays are almost the same. Elder, Canahawk, and here, like I said, we get Winda. We get Wen because Winda is banished. So when we make Falcon, now we can summon Wen and special summon from the banish zone. And the rest is basically the same. Okay, now we will also show the rank 4 line. It's very similar, but a very important key differences are to be observed in this line, so it's important to also understand what's different here. So this is the same. We get 2 new Laras. We don't special summon because we want to get the 2 names. We get Draco. Now we summon 2 Laras, and now we search for Elder. Okay, Pengu is dropping Winda. Still, so far, all the same. And we are adding Lara and Canahawk, banishing Apilio, or so far all the same. Now Falco, and this is still the same so far. And now here's the first difference. Previously Pengu was dropping Canna or another psychic except when. Here he will drop when specifically, because we want to banish, we want to special summon her with added Pilica, as you will see. Now, and here is another key difference, we need to use the fusion here to make Rare Altari, because we want to keep these level 4s on board to make the rank 4 play. And here, Rare Altari, instead of adding Canna, we will add Pilica. So also, please remember to keep her banished, so that Rare Altari will be able to add her now. Special summon when. And here is the standard rank 5 power level 5, I mean rank 4 power level 5 board, because here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruptions. This board is to be made only against the decks that really suffer from Dweller. Okay, now we will go for the Elder Canna, because I guess this is the most standard line. I guess I should be showing this one first, but anyway, Elder Canna line. And then we will also check Elder Canna for rank 4 line, and also we will check E-Teleport plus Canna and E-Teleport plus Pengu lines. So okay, let's go Elder plus Canna. So the idea in Lara plus Pengu or Canna was that we want to stack into our hand Elder plus Rampengu or Elder plus Canna, depends on what we opened. Here on Elder plus Canna line, we don't have this idea because we don't have a free normal summon from Lara, so the plays will be a little bit different, but yeah, you will see this is basically the standard one. So here, and this is interesting, you banish Pengu, not Lara, immediately, because we want to drop Lara with Pengu, actually. So here immediately we go for Pengu for this case. And okay, here let me say that it's possible also to make this play. The board will be the same if you add Lara, but if you make when, you will be able to summon Nocio Drago way earlier. This way, Nocio Drago will protect your monsters from impermanence, which can actually stop your boards. But you will lose to Nibiru. But I mean, you will lose to Nibiru anyway, so I guess this doesn't count. So therefore, I guess this line is better. Okay, now Pengu all for new Lara, and like I said, now we can go immediately for Drago, and now new Lara will summon Winda. This is a very common theme. You will remember these 3 steps. First step, we will search when or Lara. Second step, new Lara will summon Winda most often, and then third step, Canna will more later in the combo banish Apilio. So this is the how to remember the order. First is when or Lara, then summon Winda, then later Canna will banish Apilio. Okay, now we make the Falco. And we get Canna. And now Canna gets the second Lara. I talked about this idea previously. We want to have 2 Laras to spare the name. But you know, later in the combo, when Rare Altari will add back Canna, he will banish the Apilio. So we make the loop, get 2 Laras and save ourselves a name. This will allow us to get the 5th disruption. Getting Steeds. And now we are very happy to send these Laras to graveyard, like I talked about. They should be in the graveyard instead of banishment. And here we will see another common ideas, more common ideas, I mean. Like I said, adding canna hook, banish Apelio, and this is why it's important to have Apelio for last. You will see now. We get the last loop, and we summon Apelio last. The fact that Apelio is summoned at this point in time is very important because we have this Falco in the graveyard, which was properly special summoned. We want to banish this one with Apelio. Now. We want to banish this one with Apelio because in opponent's turn our dragon will be able to summon Falco, and Falco will be able to summon Winda and canna hook. This canna hook will be a material with Masquerina, and we will have a nice, strong, resilient board. So now I will, in this replay, I actually showcase what kind of resilience we have. I mean, what kind of comebacks and so on. So just making some random plays from our opponent here. Rerotari can target Drago and something from opponent's board. Then Drago should chain himself to summon Falco. So we get a free banish from Rerotari. And okay. Now, like I talked about, Falco will get two monsters. One of them will be floating Winda, you know, she floats because if she is destroyed she gets another guy. But we should use this canna hook for material for Masquerina. And on summon we get SP, SP will banish. Okay, now I just want to show you something else, so let's just draw a pass here. And okay, let's say that our Rerotari ends up banished, for example. He can banish himself anytime if he wants to. Let's say he's banished anyway. Then, in our turn, we will make Nochu Drago. And because... Okay, here is the important part. We get a summon from Lara, but this is not the point here. The point is that we have Nochu Drago and we have a properly special summoned Rerotari in the banishment, which means we will be able to just return Nochu Drago to get Rerotari, and he will get us another guy, and now we have two normal summons, and you know, we have some potential even to break a board and OTK and stuff like that. So this was Elder Canna Hook standard play. I am not showing Elder plus Pengu because it is practically the same, but we should show Elder plus Canna Hook rank 4 line. This one has also some key difference. As you will see, we will fast forward until then. Still we get Lara, I mean when, sorry. So far it's all the same still. Okay, this is the first key difference. When you make the rank 4 plays, you will only search one Stitz. And therefore the Canna Hook will banish Apelio instead of new Lara. This way we won't be able to special summon two new Laras at the same time, but we will summon Apelio plus Lara. But we need to do this because we need this level 4 to make the rank 4 play. So this is the first key difference, and the second key difference is we will use Draco to make Rerotari. But still we make one loop to get the rank, to get the Stitz. And now we make Rerotari with Draco. We are leaving level 4s on the board. Now sorry. In this case, we want to Apelio banish when, because when will now summon this one, which we saved. So this enables us to get rank 4 with these two, and with these two we can get IP Masquerina. You cannot make Masquerina with Falco, so that's why it's important to do this. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disruptions. Okay, and now we save. We have last two power 5 plays. This is e-teleport and canna and e-teleport plus pengu. Okay, let's start with canna. Here the idea is still the same. We want to save two new Lara names to special summon them at the same time. Okay, sorry, I was wrong. I've been doing this all day today. So as you can see, in this case, we do not save two Lara names at the same time because I guess that way the combo didn't work out properly. Maybe it only finished on 4 disruptions instead of 5 or something like that. Not sure. Anyway, this video is the proper combo, so I was wrong in saying that. So, okay. Now we will get the pengu in the game and we will use the teleport to get Pilica. But you should remember, solo Conahawk already ends himself on 4 disruptions, meaning that additional teleport should allow us to get more than that, so 5 disruptions minimum. And yeah, this is what we actually get. We get 5 disruptions. The play is very similar now from this point onwards. We drop Winda, we get Draco. We need to get Draco here because we needed those Winda in the graveyard so that we can do a proper loop here. Yeah, this is the common theme, also should remember. If your starting hand was not new Lara or Elder, it means that you will actually search Elder for later in the combo, and you will make Elder and Canahawk, which will be added by Rarotari. So this is the scenario. Rarotari, adding Canahawk, and we have now Elder plus Canahawk later in the combo. And Elder can be special summoned yet, and we have another name in the deck that can be special summoned yet, which will be banished by Canahawk. And now we make the loop, search it once. And now we will search it again, just making Canahawk. Don't forget to banish Falco before that, for the reasons I talked about before. And we get now 2 searches and we just make Masquerina again, so the same board. And now e-teleport plus pengu. This one is a little bit different because it's pengu. We use teleport. Oh yeah, this is actually a huge improvement because solo pengu will only end on 2 disruptions, as you will see, but pengu plus teleport actually ends on 5. So please play 3 teleports. I have seen only some decks play 2 teleports. You should play 3. Okay, anyway, teleport was used to get Pilica and pengu was used to get new Lara in the graveyard. We are making Canahawk, searching Lara, making Dragon. Now Lara activates, summons when, because only now we can take out. Previously we didn't have enough names, and now we finally get also Canahawk in the game. Making Falco. Because Canahawk is in the graveyard, we added Lara. Lara now reborns Canahawk. And yeah, the rest is similar. Canahawk banishes Apelio. Again, we didn't open with Elder, therefore we will search for Elder and Rarotari will add Canahawk, so we'll have Elder Canahawk for the later part, for the later step of the combo. And we'll get, don't forget to banish Falco. Okay, I have forgotten to point this out earlier. In this line specifically, it was very important to keep Winda until now. Yeah. In other lines, Winda was summoned earlier. In this line, if you replay back, you will see that Wen was summoned in place of Winda. This is because Winda plus Elder will allow us now to get one additional search. Meanwhile, if this was Wen, we wouldn't be able to search with Elder plus Wen, because Canna needs Spiritual Beast and Tamer, and she is both. So now we get the first search. And we have 5. Same board as before. Now we have gone through all of this, and yeah, these combinations have all ended on the same board, either with 2 stits, double stits, or with the rank 4. So depends on what you play against. You should know what board you want to make, and I guess Dweller is the best one. You could also consider Bagushka, I guess. Okay, now we need to check some power 4 plays. This one is the most basic one, a solo Canna. This one did not open Elder, therefore we will use the idea of late Elder and Rerotari adding Canna again, and summon Elder plus Canna later. Canna banished new Lara, summoned old Lara, and get Canna. In solo Canna line you also don't get 2 Laras at the same time. Here we get Wen, because Canna will now banish Pengu, and Wen will be able then to reborn Pengu. Falco and Wen. It's important to banish, to have Canna banished, you know, so that Rerotari will be able to add him later. When Pengu gets Winda, this is very common. Summon Drago before looping, because now we have another name in the banish zone, we can loop properly. Adding Elder. Rerotari adding Canna, this is very already familiar. Elder Canna banish Apilio. Looting for the final time. Don't forget, Apilio banish Falco, which was properly summoned. And now we are ready to end. So 4 disruptions, single Canna, not bad. Now we have also, if we open just teleport plus some beast that is not Pengu or Canna, I call those bricks. So, but we still get 4 disruptions in this case. In this case, teleport will get new Lara, making Canna and getting small Canna immediately. Small Canna banishes Pengu, so we have all the good boys in the action already. Now ulti Canna loops, searches Lara, because you know Pengu drops in the graveyard, drops Winda. This is you know the familiar lines. Reborn Winda, making Rerotari, adding Canna. We summon now Drago, because we want to loop, and you know we need those names in the banish zone. And yeah, don't forget to banish Falco, and now we have the same board, 4 disruptions. Now this is also the same board if we open new Lara and a brick. So here I chose Pilica, because it's important not to get distracted and use her effect to special summon Lara. Just ignore her, just ignore. So you need to banish them both to get Drago. Now new Lara special summons Canna banishes new Lara. Okay, so in this case again the idea of 2 Laras is present, and it's actually needed, I believe, to properly and on 4 disruptions. Tag out Drago to get Pilica, and we make one loop with Canna. Yeah, don't forget, this is the new Lara line, therefore we are trying to stack in our hand Elder plus Pengu. It's Elder plus Pengu because we needed Canna earlier. So, we are ready now. Elder Pengu, Pengu drops Winda as almost always, not always, but most of the time. You should remember in which lines what to drop. I mean, this is the hardest part. I have written down the lines. Still need to remember them. Looping once, getting Lara. Pengu effect, getting Apilio in this manner. And we don't have Drago anymore, we already used him. So that's why it's important that Apilio banishes. That Falco banishes Apilio for us, and Lara will just revive the Winda that is left in the graveyard. Okay, making Canna, looping all the common lines, get Stitz, make Rerotari. We waited with Apilio until Falco was in the graveyard, you know, so now Falco will be able. Oh yeah, in this line actually we don't want to banish Falco. Sorry, my tongue was too fast. You want to add Pilica, summon Rerotari, summon Falco with Pilica, now banish Winda, so that we have Winda plus Pengu in banishment for Falco, and with these two we can make IP. For disruptions, this was IP, Rerotari, Falco and Stitz. So this is basically the only line that I didn't figure a way to end on Draco, which is a little bit better than ending on Falco, but it's almost the same. It's still 4 disruptions. But we have Falco instead of Draco. But Draco is better because he protects from targeting. And now all of these replays were used without using Ritual Beast Bond. I don't like Bond because making Rerotari with Bond will not let us special summon him from graveyard or banishment ever again. So I tried to discover all the lines without Bond. But still, if you just open solo Pengu, there is one line with Bond that I learned on YouTube, which ends on Rerotari plus Ulti Canna plus Stitz, and uses Bond, and that's why I don't think it's so good. Therefore, I discovered another line with Pengu which ends on Rerotari, which was properly summoned, and SP Little Knight. I think it's a little better. But let's first see this line with Bond. You get New Lara first, New Lara special summon Canna special summon Old Lara and banish. This is very important because we will need Old Lara to revive from the graveyard later. Drago will tag out to get New Lara, and now we will get Canna will search Bond. Pengu will use effect to drop Winda. Here you could also drop Apilio, but Apilio banish in this particular scenario will do nothing for us. Therefore, it's better to have Winda in the excess. So use Bond to make poor Rerotari, which will not be able to revive himself ever again. Add Lara. This is why we got Lara. And revive Winda from graveyard. And now just make Ulti Canna search one Stitz, and that's the whole board. 2 disruptions, 1, 2. And now also let's check the properly summoned Rerotari line without using Bond. Sorry. It starts the same. We get New Lara gets Canna gets Old Lara. Drago goes for all lara, all the same, making canna hawk, ulti canna hawk. Now this is the same, but here we will search for another graveyard revival, so Pilika. But here this is the only difference basically. Instead of Bond we get Pilika. This allows us to make Falco, and Falco will get a summon, Pilika, Pilika summon Winda. Now we get a proper summon of Rerotari. Rerotari adds back Lara, Lara revive Falco and make SP. So still we have 2 disruptions, 1, 2, but this one will have to banish himself, and therefore we will be able to use Drago to banish Lara and something. Summon Drago, Drago will tag out himself to get Rerotari, and Rerotari will give us place. I think this is just objectively much better. Okay, now this is all I have for now. Now just to add some philosophical discussion, and hopefully by the way, I'm making all these videos so that people will comment on them and tell me that I forgot some lines and that there are some better lines to be made. I hope that you give me this feedback. But anyway, here's what I've been thinking. Sorry, now I just lost my train of thought. We finished with... Yeah, I wanted to talk about Bond first, because like I said, all the lines, when you go first, they play without Bond just fine. But this was with assumptions that you don't get hand trapped. So I haven't yet analyzed what happens in different hand trap scenarios, but it could be that in those scenarios it's better to search Bond and then end on some board. But you will get at least Rerotari, which I really don't like that he is not summoned properly, therefore we won't be able to revive him. I mean, this is really why I don't like Bond for this case. For going first and playing around disruptions it could be useful, but then for turn 3 you have much less fuel. So I guess further testing will show if Bond is needed or not, and if you have experience on this or your opinion, please comment. Then another factor with Bond is for turn 3, you know, if you have Bond you can search Bond turn 3 and then you have like additional huge additional bonus damage which will help you to OTK. But again, I haven't explored what actually happens in practice turn 3s. Maybe the deck has enough fuel to OTK himself, so maybe the Bond is just redundant here and additional brick that you don't want to play. I'm not sure. Okay, this is about Bond. Then about E-Teleport. As I showed you, E-Teleport plus Canna Hawk or Pengu is 5 disruptions, and E-Teleport plus Brick is 4 disruptions. And on top of that, E-Teleport is an extender, so if you open any other combo, for example Elder plus Canna Hawk, and you have E-Teleport in hand, you can just play your normal Elder Canna Hawk combo, and if you get hand trapped, this will act as an extender, so definitely play 3 of those. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm having much more trouble with Inheritance. Inheritance is a hard once per turn that is a -1 actually. When you play it's a -1, you have to discard something, and not only that, it gets even worse. You need to have a Ritual Beast monster already in hand to play it. So it's possible to just open 1 or 2 Inheritances and no Ritual Beast monsters, and then you are totally screwed. But if you open 2 Inheritances and you have another Ritual Beast monsters, okay, then you can at least discard the Inheritance, the second copy. It doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. The third problem is that if you start with Inheritance and you get Droll and Log Birded, you are just dead immediately. These were all the bad points for Inheritance, and then of course there are some very good points, and the best point is that, you know, you cannot argue that it does increase the consistency of the deck. If you play 3, you will be able to search Canna Hawks or Elders or Laras, whatever you are missing to make the power 5 line. Most often this will be, I guess, Elder or Canna Hawk. or new lara. And the other two effects that are present, like the attack bonus, attack decretion of opponent's monsters, and the ability to turn your monsters into attack, also they all allow for better board breaking and OTK capability of the deck. So basically I'm saying I'm not sure if you play 3 inheritances or 2 inheritances or 0 inheritances. This is really, I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I need to figure it out. Then surely you play 3 Canhawks, 3 Pengus, 3 Elders, and you play one of those. 1 Wind, 1 Pilica, 1 Wen, 1 Lara. Now Petalfin is in my opinion very strong, but really strong, especially for breaking boards. But if you play him, then you have to also decrease 1 hand trap, and I don't know, it's just hard. I don't know. Maybe you want Petalfin, maybe you want more hand traps, maybe you want to cut bonds for even more hand traps, not sure. You definitely need 2 stits, like I showed. Many hands just search 2 stits, so it's great. Then for the rest of hand traps, absolutely you play 3 Shifter and 3 Fenrir and 3 Ash, I guess. Those are the best ones. And then for the rest, I'm not sure. This is just a sample deck. Don't copy it. I'm just talking about concepts and ideas here. And now and also please don't look at the side deck. Now for the extra deck, like I said earlier, you need 1 Gaiapilio and 2 Falcos, not the other way around. You need 3 Canahawks because some lines, like I showed already, waste 2 Canahawks, so definitely need 3. You want 2 Dracos because you use 1 first turn, and if he dies then you need this one for recovery plays. You need 1 Apilio to have access to Apilio with Pengu. You need 1 or 2 Reirautari. I don't know, practice and testing will show if you need 2 or 1, but you need Masquerina and SP. And now I think this one is also pretty good. And now these two are like in testing. I mean, if you go for the rank 4 lines, you need a rank 4. And then lastly, we have here on the last spot, I have Unicorn. Because why do I have Unicorn? I have Unicorn because the plays in this deck when turn 3 is happening actually go like this. You have your Reirautari, you add back Wen or Lara, and you summon Wen or Lara, and you revive Falco. This is a link 3 play. You can make SP, which you by the way probably already lost, so you don't even have him yet. You don't have him in the extra deck. But even if you did have, if you summon him, then you can't attack directly. So how will you kill your opponent? Therefore I was trying to make use with some unicorns. Yeah, basically that's it, because unicorn is the same as SP. It helps breaks boards and it doesn't prevent from killing. But look, if by any chance your SP survived in opponent's turn, like you banished her and now she is back, then she will be co-linked with unicorn and actually you will get the draw as well. So this is nice. And another possibilities in this spot are Link Spider. This will you can use Link Spider to make him from token and whatever. You can make SP from him, or I don't know. Probably it's not worth to play Link Spider. And the last spot is Appaloosa. Appaloosa can also be made with Masquerina in opponent's turn, but I don't know. You can also do some lines with Appaloosa to play around Nibiru early, but those boards aren't as good. There is also one line that makes early Ultica Apilio to play around Nibiru, but also I think this deck just loses to Nibiru. If you somehow know that your opponent draws Nibiru and you have a bunch of Ritual Beast monsters in the hand, and you open Elder plus Canhawk, then you can go for this early Ultica Apilio line to play around Nibiru. Yeah, that's it. I guess that's all I wanted to talk about. let's quickly check here if I have something to say. Some notes, these are old notes, not all of these are correct, so don't read them. But yeah, this is just what I was writing for myself. It's important that you have properly summoned Relotari, that's true. It's important that you have 2 Laras in the graveyard if possible, that's true. Then it's important that you end up with banished Winda if possible, and with the banished Apilio. These 2 are the best ones. Apilio and Winda should be banished. These are the best ones because Winda floats and Apilio will be able to trigger Lara, new Lara from the graveyard if needed. If opponent doesn't do anything to destroy, you can force trigger her with Apilio to get, you know, most of your resources. And then don't forget to have the Falco line, like I was explaining. What else? There was something else to say. Okay, I forgot. Maybe if I remember, I will make up a comment and pin it. Anyway, the point of this video was to start a discussion, just to show these lines, the correct lines, which are better than. I don't want to name drop anyone, but that there's a video that I was inspired by. I mean, there are at least two separate channels, even more, who made the combo lines, and they just didn't make as many disruptions as I did. So the point is to enable discussion and find optimized lines. I think this is the most optimized as you can do with the pure engine. So we will see if there are any other engines which are better, and maybe other extra deck monsters that help us. For example, I was looking at Totem Bird. Totem Bird can be made with Lara and Pilica because they are level 3 wind monsters. But this is just one possibility. I mean, I don't know all the card pools and all the new cards, so if you have any suggestions, please write in the comments and I will respond. And yeah, if you have watched this far, you deserve a virtual cookie, and I mean, I'm thankful, and I mean, I'm very thankful that you took your time to watch this, and I hope that also it was enjoyable for you and that you learned something new. And that's it. That's all I want to say for now. So I hope you have a good time for the rest of the day, and I hope I see from you or hear from you in the comments. So thank you and goodbye.